In the heart of the Arabian desert, there is a small village called Shadow of the Moon. This village was not on any map, and there is no known road to reach it. Anyone who asks about it is told, it is not a place for strangers. It is said that the village lives in perpetual darkness, although it is not closed underground or covered by a roof that blocks the sky. The sun rises and sets like any other place, but the moon never appears in its sky. The inhabitants are few, silent, and their looks are always full of fear. One night, a young man named Samar lost his way while traveling in the desert. He ran out of fuel and his mobile phone was without signal. He saw dim lights on the horizon, so he headed towards them until he reached Shadow of the Moon. Upon entering the village, he noticed that the atmosphere was unnaturally cold, as if the night carried the coldness of death. An old sheikh received him cautiously and said to him, "You are here, but you must leave before midnight." Samar thought that the sheikh was delirious and asked for help to fix his car or a place to stay, but everyone refused to help him. In the end, he decided to sleep in his car outside the village. At midnight, Samar woke up to a strange sound that sounded like a whisper, but it was coming from everywhere around him. He opened his eyes to find a dim light that looked like moonlight, but it wasn't an ordinary moon. It had an irregular shape, as if something was covering it or tearing it from the inside. The ground began to shake slightly, and the houses of the village appeared to be moving or breathing. The residents came out of their homes, but their faces weren't the same. Their eyes were completely black, and their voices turned into incomprehensible whispers. Samar saw a huge creature in the sky moving inside the darkness. It was the Moon Shadow, an ancient creature that devours light and rules the village. Every night it asks for a new victim to keep the residents alive. Samar tried to escape, but he found himself stuck in a time loop, returning each time to the same point he started from. In the end, he gave up, and his fate after that night was unknown. When a convoy passed through the desert a few days later, they found his car empty, and next to it a message written in the sand: "Do not enter the shadow of the moon. The moon here eats souls."